Remember that flip project we were talking about? This place looks alright. So I'm just going to do a quick test run with the 120 grit and then I'll switch back to the 40 grit. So I'm going to do 40, 80, 120. So we're skipping a grit type, so you can do 40, 60, 80. So we're going to do 40, 80, 120, or you could do 60 and 100 depending on what your floor is like. But 40 will be a nice and rough grit and should take off a good amount of timber. And then we're going to do less grit and a bit of a thinner coat and then finally finish with the 120 across the house. So nice and smooth finish for your feet, in your own home. Let's see how we go. So that's looking good. Now it's just time to get me some earplugs or some headphones so I can get rid of the sound a little bit and we should be good to go. To get rid of some of the noise. The sound is quite noisy. The plan for this afternoon is I've done 40 grit with the drum sander almost everywhere at this point. The house is starting to come together really nicely between the painted walls, the trims on the windows. It's really coming together and we're really happy with the progress. But I need to do 80 grit floor sanding in this room and in all the other rooms. And so I'm going to do 40 grit in the living room next. Then I'm going to come back and look at these minor defects. You'll see, I don't know if you can see very well. But there's minor defects and minor slumped spots in some of the timbers. So we need to get the orbital sander, knock those out, and then I can come back through with the 80 grit on the drum sander, and that will help finish off the floors. So from here, it's about getting the right look, which is very important when you've got nice timber floors, as well as getting the right grit. So you don't want it too coarse, so when you put your polyurethane over the top, it actually needs to feel good as well. So there's definitely a few more hours ahead of us in terms of orbital sanding, drum sanding, edging, all those types of things. So let's crack on. So that's the first coat done of the polyurethane. It took a fair amount of time to actually get there, but thankfully it's a water-based polyurethane and I was using a sheepskin applicator to put it on the floors. I think it looks fantastic, and Emily and I had a chat and she ended up picking gloss, which I think is the right choice. You can go gloss, satin or matte, and gloss really makes it look like the floors are essentially brand new, and so people know that you've actually renovated it and updated the home. It's looking fantastic. I'm going to come back early tomorrow morning or another day and knock out the second coat. The last bits to do now are to install the kitchen, fit off the bathroom, finish the tiling in the toilet area, touch up the exterior, and then begin staging and finishing the landscaping on the exterior. So it's coming together nicely, and yeah, can't wait to see the renovations progress. So it's now time for me to grab some food, so I'll see you in the next one. Progress is good progress at this point in time. We've been getting to work, but it's getting into smaller and smaller pieces. So I did the tile grouting in the bathtub this morning. So Dad's been working on the windows, filling out the gaps so we can sand it all back and hide all the nail holes, ready to prep for painting. And Pat's been working on all the trims. We actually did a Bunnings trip the other day, strapped a bunch of timbers to the rooftop so we could get them here. But yeah, Pat's been working on the floor trims, the door frames, and we're getting there in terms of those finishing touches. The big next step is to start with the kitchen. So I'm going to be pulling up all the IKEA kitchen cabinets and then having a look at where we want to set these cabinets on this wall and start putting the IKEA kitchen together. It's probably going to be a bit of a shorter day today. We're going to knock off early been getting a lot of work done here, and I can see that we're only probably about 4 to 6 weeks away from finishing. It's coming together nicely, but you know, it is a lot of hard work. I think you forget, based on previous renovations, how hard actually renovating really is. But it's good, it's rewarding at the same time. Even though it's sometimes slow, it's definitely rewarding as well. So hopefully we can knock this out over the next few weeks. So we've made some great progress in building out the kitchen cabinets. We've had a bit of trouble. We've actually got the wrong size sink. See, we've got a bunch of the top cabinets in. It's all screwed together. The pantry is now done. But we've got a few issues over here. This cabinet is 800mm and it doesn't fit into the space. So we're going to have a dishwasher off to the side, which is about 600mm wide. And then we need a 600mm, not an 800mm cabinet here. So it's really causing us some issues. We were talking about cutting down this cabinet, but that's going to, again, would the cupboard faces fit on if we did that? And so the plan is to contact IKEA, buy a 600mm cabinet, install that instead, and have enough room on the end. So 600 is what we needed in the first place, and it's going to fit a lot better. We're going to rip down the kitchen bench. We can install the sink. We just need to get that cabinet in, and then we'll be able to progress with the kitchen. So the plan from here is to go and get some lunch. Em's calling IKEA to try and have a chat with them to try and fix this issue and get us that 600mm carcass or cabinet. And then from there we can come back and start making some progress, looking at the bench tops and fixing up some other bits and pieces, maybe some tiling, some grouting, and we'll crack on from here. Oh, well, I don't wanna jinx it, baby. So I'm making good progress today and lots of little knick-knack jobs. So I've been standing around the windows trying to get them ready. You can see they're looking pretty good, but I think they need another fill and another stand to really bring the quality up, because there's some sections, some pockets that have little dings and scuffs and just need to be filled again, so when you go through with the sander a second time, it starts to look really neat and flat and pristine. And so my plan is to do as much as I can over the next hour or two here. I might even grab the toilet area because I've got what I need. And then I'll probably do a Bunnings trip either today or another day, just so we have all the materials we need for next time to come out again. And so I'm writing a big long list on my phone as I go, just to keep track of everything, because it really adds up quickly. And if you're not jotting everything down on your phone while you're renovating, you end up missing out on things when you go to Bunnings, and that can be a real hassle. So my plan now is to fit off the fit off the shower head, then fit off the bath taps, and then I'll have a look at what silicone colours I need, then maybe grab the toilet area, see if there's any other small jobs I can do, write my big long list for Bunnings, and then we can call it a day. You're giving me wind and rain, you're some kind of butterfly. So it turns out I need one cover plate for the tap to hide the slight etching around the outside here. And for these pieces, I don't need more cover plates, I've got them. I need extension pieces. So there's going to be a threaded piece that will allow the spindle to sit further out of the wall. And so I need to get 2 of those to tidy up and make sure that the taps line up on this exterior. And that will allow me to tighten it a bit better as well. So I'm going to leave this as is for now, add those 3 things to my list. So a new cover plate or extended cover plate plus 2 extensions for the spindles, and then we should be good to install those next time around. So that's it for me today. I've got a big long list to go to Bunnings, and I made some progress. The little bits and pieces like working on the window trims, finishing off a little bit of tiling in and around the toilet, it's all starting to come together quite nicely. I'm pretty happy with that. I don't know if you can see it. So those little kind of jobs, it all takes half an hour at a time. I've installed the tapware here, or the shower head you can see here. So I've installed the shower head, I've got a big long list of Bunnings, so I need a mask. So I'm ready for another big feed. I'm always hungry after renovating. And I'm going to go to Bunnings and pick up all those bits and pieces. So when I come back next time, we can crack on and continue making good progress without wasting too much time. So edging our way closer, and I'll see you in the next clip. Peace. So make sure you tune in at 7 o'clock on Sundays for the next episode. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.